In this game, we'll see the Las Vegas Aces against the New York Liberty. In the booth with Tim Swartz and Brian Benefitemi, I'm Blake Suniga, and we're glad to have you along for the ride. I know you guys have your eyes on the guard matchup. There's a lot of talent in the backcourt.
And I think that's something we could say for most of the games that we cover. There's just so many skilled guards in this league.
Yeah, we're definitely spoiled in that regard. There's no shortage of premier guard play here in the W.
Nafisa Collier for three. Shoots and misses. 0 for 1 to begin the game. Ionescu outside. Stevens the screen. Off target from outside. And here's Burton. Pass to Reese. Harrington. And Brittany Griner with the block.
Makes great use of her length and instincts. Griner is easily one of the best shot blockers in the WNBA.
And how about that replay? You got to appreciate the hustle on defense.
Early in a game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
About a minute into this first quarter. Shot clock at 3. Here's Collier. And it's in off the backboard.
Love Collier's discipline on offense. Looks for a shot she likes and dedicates to it.
Ionescu outside. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Nafisa Collier. Pass to Burton. Brown. Down low. And Brittany Griner with the block. Hayes with it. Now Stevens. Now here's Ionescu. Again, Sabrina Ionescu missing. Well, no one has blocked shots like Brittany Griner, a one-of-a-kind defender.
I mean, she led the league in blocked shots in each of her first 8 years in the W. And it's about more than just her length. Griner just reads the game so well, is such a high IQ player.
Now here is Stevens. Pass to Ionescu. There's a screen by Stevens to the inside. Good, and Sabrina Ionescu gets the dime.
That's a great example of Stevens' comfortability and focus around the basket. So effective down there.
Here's Brown. She's guarded by Griner. Now Reese. Jacks up a 3. Great D that time from Tiffany Hayes. And it's New York's ball. Pass to Stevens. It's stolen by Angel Reese. And they pick up 2. The Liberty trail. Outside Hayes. Here's Ionescu. Now Zandelasini. Back to Ionescu. And it's blocked by Kaylani Brown.
Showcasing her innate sense of timing on that rejection. Brown knows when to leave her feet.
Pass to Collier. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there. Lots to love about Nafisa Collier and her game. What do you like the most, though, Tim?
As you said, Blake, there is a lot of things that Nafisa does very well. I mean, she can score, rebound, defend, play make. Collier's ability to do it all, be versatile. That's my favorite.
And a 2024 Defensive Player of the Year, Nafisa Collier.
And what's great about her winning the award, Collier does her defense with positioning and reading the game. At 6'1", she's got unique traits for a DPOY.
Back to Stevens. Griner. Brown grabs the board. Collier outside. Pass to Carrington. Brown. Reese. Covered by Ionescu. Collier outside. The Aces with another miss.
Her shooting numbers slipping this quarter.
To the wing, right side. And here's Griner. Fades back. And again, it's the Liberty missing. The Aces with the lead. Pass to Burton. Carrington outside. And here's Collier, covered by Ionescu. 3 on the clock. She gets it in there.
Excellent body control inside. Collier shows she can adjust to airtight defense.
They really want to find that igniter here.
That's right. Their offense is ground to a standstill.
Maybe you need to suit up, Tim. They need a spark.
Something has gone wrong with her this quarter. She's going to have to get it together.
Pass to Burton. Now here's Carrington. 3-pointer. Stevens grabs the board.
Well, I admire how the defense recognized how dangerous she is from out there and then immediately got right up on her.
Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch. Pass to Burton. Brown. She's guarded by Griner. It's Burton. Wyatt so far offensively searching for first points of the game.
Well, you have to like their work in the boards here in the first.
Yeah, coming out of the gates with great energy. Kind of like they got shot out of a cannon. They're really setting the tone.
Boom.
So both teams making some changes here. And here are the Aces now. Pass to Burke. Collier. To the middle. Here's Billings. Yes, and it's Nafisa Collier picking up the assist.
Tremendous read by Collier, working the pick and roll to perfection.
Ionescu outside. Clock at 6. Stevens in the post. Billings is there. The shot by Stevens, no good. Pass to Burton. Burke, she's guarded by Hayes. Inside, Billings takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And now we see them really working it inside.
Yeah, getting quality looks around the rim. That's fueling this run.
Here's Stevens. Ionescu. Will it go? New York, no good that time either.
It's so hard to believe that we're at this point in the game and she still hasn't registered a single point.
It's Burton. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for her.
Well, they're in the lead, but she's still been frustrated offensively.
It was a long time coming, but the Liberty finally won it all in 2024.
You think about it, it's their first championship after losing in the finals 5 times, including the year before, 2023. And it wasn't easy. It took the full 5 games, overtime in that game 5, but Liberty fans got to see their team win on their court. Such a sweet feeling. A great shooter from deep. Collier responding with her own trifecta.
To the paint. A nice shot by Griner.
Special delivery right there, fellas. Just a wonderful entry feed.
It's Burton, covered by Ionescu. Pass to Collier. And here's Burton. Let's go with a 3. But they recover it. Now here's Collier. A one-on-one situation. Here's Stevens. And the Liberty getting another bucket right there.
Loves to grow and improve. Stevens is always looking to add another wrinkle to her game, and that catch and shoot's pretty deadly.
Now here's Collier. She's got 9. Griner with the rebound.
Well, I'm going to say the defense got pretty lucky right there because she's going to make a lot more of those than she misses when she gets that much room.
Here's Griner. Here's Stevens.
Monique Billings with some nice D.
Terrific job defending the basket that time. It's not an easy task stopping her when she's headed to the rim.
Now Burton. She hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Back to Collier. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Aces ahead, up by 6. And we'll be back in just a minute with the start of the second quarter. The second quarter just getting set to begin. And guys, what's your take on the Aces so far?
Not too much trouble for them in the rebounding department as they've really dominated the glass.
Yeah, they flexed their muscle down low and really limited second chances.
Stevens, that's good.
There's a versatility to Stevens' jump shot that you don't ordinarily see in players her size.
And here's Burton. Nailed from three-point land.
She found the perfect spot behind the arc there. A big gap in the D.
Here's Banham. Pass to Cannon. Here's Allen. The 3 is up. Shoots and misses. 0 for 1 to begin the game.
A good board there, but overall, they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And they've just got to find a way to get back into this game. That's as good a place as any.
Just increase the effort on the board.
They got lucky. They got lucky. And the defense is taking a big chance, leaving her open behind the arc. And I'm not sure I'm okay with that game plan.
Here's Cannon. She's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Now Banham. Misses the 3, and she used the pump fake well there, but, couldn't capitalize. Here's Powers. Pass to Burton. Launches it. Stevens grabs the board.
Some great tight defense right there. Got right up on her and forced the miss.
Just close enough to bother her on the shot, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
Shoots the 3. And Powers pulls it down.
Yeah, the great shooters, they know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice there.
Yeah, not very good defensive coverage that time, but she got lucky.
The three-pointer is on target.
Spacing the floor with her long-range shooting. Powers, fantastic at connecting from deep.
New York calls timeout.
The Aces making a switch. Here in quarter 2, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Over to the wing. Here's Stevens. Back to Ionescu. Just 3 to shoot. And a kind roll that time on the rim as that one falls in.
Excellent release from mid-range. Ionescu has a gift for getting to her spots offensively.
And
winning that Game 5 of the finals at home in 2024. What a moment for Sabrina Ionescu.
The scoring wasn't there for Sabrina, but she helped the Liberty find a way, dropping 8 assists in the deciding Game 5, helping lead New York to their first ever WNBA title.
Off target with the 3.
And they continue to control the glass.
I think they've been the more physical team, guys, and that's why they're ahead.
Usually the more physical, more aggressive team wins the game.
Now here's Billings.
The shot, no good.
You know, typically she has the touch to finish, which is in that tight. Not sure what happened there.
And she makes that one.
She was one step ahead of the D in making that pass. Nice assist.
The Aces with the lead. Outside Powers. Burt. Good, and the assist goes to Ariel Powers.
Nice dime from Powers. She's all about trying to make her teammates better.
Pass to Banham. Lets the 3 fly. That one drops for her second bucket. Marker 2 for 4. And here's Burton. And here's Collier. Shoots from 12.
Mack grabs the miss.
Ionescu outside from the stripe. And the Liberty getting another bucket right there.
No hesitation on the pull-up J. One of Ionescu's greatest strengths as a scorer is her tremendous decisiveness.
Now here's Powers. To the middle. Collier lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Well, that pick, it worked like a charm. Nice job taking it right to the tin for the layup.
Here's Cannon. No scoring yet from her, but that's likely to change. And she uses the glass on the layup.
Defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And if they don't start showing some aggression, things are just going to get worse.
Shoots. And it's New York with another.
This is the kind of vision you get with Ionescu. She has a knack for finding the open teammate.
Now a timeout called by Las Vegas. Both teams will make substitutions. Pass to Burton. And here's Carrington. Brown. She's guarded by Griner. Shot clock at 5. Here's Collier. And it's blocked by Brittany Griner. Shot by Brown. No good. New York trailing here. Now here is Hayes. Stevens the screen. Sabrina Ionescu from outside hits the three-point bomb.
Well, Ionescu has the kind of range that you simply have to respect. She's such a reliable three-point shooter.
Now here's Carrington. She's guarded by Hayes. Pass to Collier. There's the triple. And no good.
She is going to buy herself a ticket to the bench if she keeps shooting like she has this quarter so far.
The shot by Stevens, no good. Now Burton. Now it's Reese. She's guarded by Stevens. Pass to Collier. And Brittany Griner with the block.
This crowd in New York ready to take a bite out of their opponent on any given night.
No doubt that 2023 finals loss to the Aces still stings for New York fans. Of course, they did win it in 2024 against Minnesota. Still, I think they want some revenge against Las Vegas.
And for Las Vegas, in last year's season series, they came away with no wins, going 0 for 3 against the Liberty.
And it's good. 2 points.
Well, guys, now with the new season underway, what kind of storylines have stood out to you so far?
Well, I've had my eye on which players have taken the next step. It's always intriguing to see who's going to be the future stars of this league.
And Brian, you know, for me, kind of similar. except I'm kind of looking at the teams, right, as opposed to the players. I want to see which organizations either have really stepped up, gotten off to hot starts, and who can sustain that for the entire season, because you have to remember, it is a long season. This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that's gone in their favor.
Yeah, effort and determination on the glass, they really can compensate for a lot of deficiencies.
Now here's Collier. She's got 11. Fires at the elbow. Reiner with the rebound. And the Liberty with possession here. They trail by 1. Back to Hayes. Pulls up. Rebound by the Aces. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Collier. And hits one. Maybe she's ready to get back on track after that.
With fancy handles and the confidence to create, Napheesa Collier is exceptional offensively.
Reiner down it. Her second make in 4 attempts.
They can't afford to give her that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you have to fight over the top of it.
And you need some help as well.
Now here's Carrington. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Pass to Ionescu. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Reese.
Even with every shot clanging off the iron, she seems determined to continue hoisting up these threes. But I think it's time to maybe take a step in.
Here's Collier. 13 points in this game. Bucket is good.
That's just run-of-the-mill for her. She's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Now here's Ionescu. Shoots. He got it up in time, but it just wouldn't fall for him. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Aces ahead. They lead by 3. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And it's time for your half-court shot. Please direct your attention to center court.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. You look at Collier, what a contribution.
He was successful just about every time he drove the lane in the first half. He was on a mission.
It really was. You know, aggressive, attacking basketball at its very best is what we just saw. Just so fun to watch.
We love it.
Back-to-back titles in 2022 and 23. Aces have been the franchise in this league.
They've been to the semifinals in each of the last 6 playoffs. And, guys, there is a clear expectation in Sin City. Win it all.
The Aces with the lead. Now Burton. Pass to Carrington. Launches a 3. No good.
She's having all sorts of problems with her shots.
Yeah, the words ice and cold come to mind with the way she's shooting the ball.
The shot by Ionescu, no good. It's Burton. Reese. Pass to Collier. Lets it go from 11.
That one falls. A great assist by Angel Reese.
Looking real comfortable attacking around the rim. If you give Collier the rock anywhere near the basket, she's not going to disappoint.
The shot's just not dropping for her today.
Now Burton. She's guarded by Hayes. And here's Brown. Here's Collier, baked in off the glass.
Uses every bit of her strength to overpower the defense. Collier does not fear contact.
Ionescu outside.
Offensive rebound.
Out of bounds. Liberty ball as New York keeps possession. And we're about 1.5 minutes here into the second half. Pass to Griner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Brown.
Maybe the rest did more harm than good for them. They've been cold coming out and have yet to connect.
Here's Collier. And she takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area, just dominating down low.
And obviously, that's something the defense has to address.
Reese gets the bucket.
It's not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. Just too many looks from in close.
You know, usually when teams give up runs like this, it's because they allow chances from inside. Make them beat you from deep.
And the Liberty call time here.
Ionescu has it. She's got 10. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Here's Stevens. And a foul called on the shot. Got her on the way up that time, so she'll shoot 2.
It's going to go on Angel Reese.
You know, as good as Stevens is inside, she breaks the mold of your typical WNBA big. She can stretch a defense as good as anyone.
And it's the Aces with the ball. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half.
Back to Brown.
It's stolen by Griner.
Tiffany Hayes on the wing.
And she banks in the layup.
They got one. Now 1 and 5 here in the third quarter.
And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play.
And here's Carrington.
Looking for her first basket still in this one. Four on the clock. That's good D by Tiffany Hayes.
Well, the team has gotten it done here, despite her play here in this game. Still not getting a bucket. Can you believe that?
Now here's Hayes. Here's Andalassini. Yes, and a nice assist from Tiffany Hayes.
You know what? I don't care how far from the bucket she is. You've got to have a defender on her. She's just too good from long range.
Here's Collier. 21 points in the game.
Well, when you think about the best organization in the W, Las Vegas has to be near the top of the list.
I mean, no team has won more over the last 5 years, but also no one has invested more with their own dedicated practice facility, improved arena as well. But the Aces are very serious about winning.
The first one falls. And that's good as she hits both shots. New York trailing here. Ionescu outside. Pass to Griner. All alone. Las Vegas grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 11 points.
Now here's Brown. Collier.
Shot clock at 6. Pulls up on the elbow. The Aces with another miss. Outside Stevens. Reiner.
Reese defending.
Serena Ionescu from outside. And it's Collier with the rebound.
Well, she had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's happened for her since then beyond the arc.
Burton. The Aces with another miss. Here's Hayes. Now here's Griner. Ionescu outside. takes the three.
And it's Angel Reese with the rebound.
You know, she's disappeared this quarter, not making a mark at all with her offense.
And you know she'll be happy to get this period over and done with and just start fresh.
Now it's Reese.
Here's Collier. It's on target from the high post.
Defensively, they just don't seem to be giving the same effort they were in the first half of the game, and I'm disappointed.
Now Hayes. Three-pointer Sabrina Ionescu. Oh my! Came this close to a 4-point play, and she'll head to the line with 3 free throws.
And for Sabrina Ionescu, the top pick of the 2020 draft, she had a bit of an inconsistent start to her career.
Spraining her ankle her rookie year and just playing 3 games. In her second season, she shot 38%. But you got to give Sabrina credit. The Walnut Creek Wonder worked herself into the star we know today. You got to admire how Sabrina Ionescu can do it all. She can score, distribute, grab rebounds. Whatever you need, she can do it. And that kind of versatility is just invaluable.
Here's Burke.
Picked by Reese.
Here's Burton. Another shot.
Reese.
She's guarded by Griner. Goes back up. Rebound New York. Ionescu has it. She's got 13. To the inside. Griner, shot is good.
In the paint, Griner simply unstoppable. She's so tall at 6'9", but she also has lovely touch.
It's Burton. Outside Reese.
And Brittany Griner with the block.
And here's Cannon.
Pass to Stevens. Ionescu outside.
Stevens the screen.
For the tie. Ionescu misses.
She's killing them with her poor shooting.
Advisa Collier on the wing. She's got 25.
Outside Billings.
Here's Collier. Unloads. Banham with the rebound.
Well, she had 1 3 in the first half, but so far in the second, she's come up empty.
Now here's Ionescu. Tight defense on him. Stevens. Here's Griner. Using the post moves to get the 2 points.
Yeah, it's the tall frame of Stevens that allows her to see the floor so well and distribute accordingly.
Now a timeout called by Las Vegas. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Burke. Pass to Clarendon. 5 to shoot. Shot to stop the drought.
Great defense that time from Katie Lou.
And here's Banham for the lead. Stokes with the rebound. Now here's Clarendon. She's tightly guarded. Inside. And that one's good. Stokes.
Very high quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
And they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. They got to score.
Here's Cannon. No good. That would have tied it. Pass to Clarendon. Stokes.
Good D by Stephanie Suarez.
On offense, here's the Liberty. And there's the 3-second violation.
Sometimes the intensity of a close game can lead to bonehead plays like that one, guys.
And it's the Aces with the ball. They've led by as many as 11 points. Back to Clarendon. Down low. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the line.
You didn't have to slow down at all. That lead pass was timed perfectly.
The Liberty Trail. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Pass to Cannon. Samuelson. Powers covering. 5 on the clock. For 3. Cannon, no good. From deep three-point range. And we've reached the end of the third. Aces ahead. They're up by 6. And we'll be back with... We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Now Burton. Up top, Billings. Here's the 3. The shot will not fall.
Yeah, she didn't punish them for the weak coverage that time, but they just can't count on her missing.
Absolutely, Brian. She's got to go right back to that shot.
Suarez the screen.
Phantom. They get it back. The shot by Stevens, no good. And here's Burke. Pass to Powers. The 3. Stevens grabs the board.
Well, thus far, they managed to overcome an off game from her offensively.
Stolen by Powers. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. To the paint. And that one's good. Billings.
Well, that pick, it worked like a charm. A nice job taking it right to the tip for the layup.
And it's New York's ball. 8-point game. Pass to Cannon. From the arc. New York, no good that time either. Here's Burton. The quick look, no good that time.
Well, for what's a routine shot, she looked a little nervous on that release, wouldn't you say?
Now Cannon. It's good. It's Burton. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Billings left side. Pass to Burton. The 3. Hits it from three-point range.
And she had one in the first as well. And look, we all know that she can be dangerous from downtown. So the defense can't forget about her.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Banham. Fires from 14. And Powers pulls it down.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebounding, Tim.
They haven't allowed many second chances. It's been one and done for the most part, and that's helped them build this lead.
And basket is good. Got it to go through the contact. So a free throw coming up. Opportunity for a three-point play.
For the away team, Monique Billings. One shot.
One shot.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter now. Stolen by Powers. Inside. Here's Collier. It's blocked. And so it looks like the Aces will retain possession here. It's Burton. Shot from the inbound.
Nice job there by Ionescu. She's got good length for a guard.
Great D that time from Sabrina Ionescu. Here's Banham. And she finishes nicely on the layup.
All right, if they think that kind of defense is going to get it done against her, they are sorely mistaken. What's going on out there?
Outside Billings.
Pass to Powers. Off the mark there with the three.
It's been one of those days for her. She's really struggled.
To the inside. And stolen by Nafisa Collier. Now here's Billings. Rejected by Azare Stevens.
Because of Stevens' competitive drive, she doesn't want to allow any easy buckets.
Pass to Banham. Here's Ionescu. For three. They grab their own miss. Here's Stevens. Soft touch off the glass.
Coach has always told me that if you battle for offensive rebounds, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on the follow, just like she got there.
And here's Powers. Drills the three-pointer.
Well, at the level of shooter that Powers is, letting her catch and fire, it's not a recipe for success for the defense.
Pass to Stevens. Here's Banham. 6 to shoot. Lets it go. Burton with the rebound. Now Burke. And here's Burton from downtown. And the aces another three.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Yeah, 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed coming from beyond the arc.
Get there, get there.
Now Burke. Pass to Burton. Outside Powers. The screen by Collier. No good from outside.
The defense has nothing to worry about out there with her shooting because she just can't dial it in from deep this half.
And here's Cannon. Pass to Ionescu. The floater. And it's Collier with the rebound.
This has been a rough second half for her shooting the ball. She should probably adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Billings. She's guarded by Stevens. The shot by Billings, no good. A challenging stretch for New York here. Pass to Banham. To end the drought. Rebounded by Nafisa Collier.
The way she's been going this quarter, they're going to need someone else to pick up the slack.
Aerial Powers on the wing. Here's Burton. Good. And the assist goes to Aerial Powers.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic, and it's a big part of why they've been able to get good looks.
Absolutely. The defense unable to react quickly enough to deal with their passing.
Pass to Stevens. This one for three. Rebounded by Nafisa Collier. It's Burton. Now here's Collier. Outside Powers. Back to Collier. Shot from the wing. Uses the glass that time, and it's good.
Well, anytime she steps out there, Nafisa Collier, a threat to drop 20 or more, she is on one tonight.
Timeout called the Liberty. So both teams changing it up here. They're really on back foot at this point.
Yeah, at both ends of the floor. Things are just not going their way.
Screen by Griner. Sabrina Ionescu from outside. It's hauled in by the Aces.
This offense just seems completely deflated.
While at the other end, it's one bucket after another. This run is really getting out of hand.
Making it ugly. Well, I just think an illegal screen, it's one of the toughest calls for an official to make.
Yeah, you have to appreciate how difficult a job they have to do when it comes to making calls like that. It's not as easy as people might think.
And the refs in this league just do a great job.
And a second look at that rejection, taking no prisoners on defense there.
An emphatic rejection. You got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
And again, it's the Liberty missing.
Some of the shots she's taken today have been absolute head scratchers. She's out there playing like it's a game of horse, and it's not.
Pass to Carrington.
Great D that time from Tiffany Hayes. Here's Zondelasini.
Covered by Collier.
Now Zondelasini. And stolen by Collier. Pass to Burton. Reese. Here's Collier. Here's Brown. She's guarded by Stevens. Out to the wing. Three-pointer Sabrina Ionescu.
Big-time swat for Carrington. You just know that's going to fire her up.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And the Liberty with possession here. They trail by 18. Here's Banham.
Clarendon covering.
Just 4 to shoot. Shot to stop the run. Banham, no good. Here's Las Vegas. 18 points separating the teams, and that's the biggest lead of the game. Pass to Burke. Powers. And she gets it to go.
A player that's effective from three-point land. Powers is at home in the paint, pouring that bucket closer in.
Now Banham. So it's the Aces winning this one easily. A resounding victory for them and an enemy territory.